What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. I have not done a video like this in quite a while, and I got asked the other day kind of what all my streams of income are and things like that. So one of the things is I would tell everybody is I would not take a trade without AlgoBox if you're actually trading to buy and sell. Now, there is another type of trading that I do outside of just investing. And now this one's a little bit different, and it's actually not a very common one amongst traders that, like me, I didn't even find out about it until I was probably trading for over a year just because I wasn't focused on it and not a lot of people told me about it. And I think it's something that I really want to push out to more people. That way, people are just aware. And again, it's not something you have to do. And this is everybody hears about options trading. Now, I'm more of an options seller. Now, what do I mean by that? Most people know that options are derivatives, or basically just a set of numbers, and they go down every day in value, basically. If you ever look at a calculator for options, it's called theta, and they decrease every single day, basically. So instead of me trying to predict that a stock is going to go up or down or something like that, I like to go and trade the S&P 500. And when I say trade, I'm really just saying that it's not going to hit a certain price range when I say that. And instantly, some of you probably just went, oh, well, that sounds like a lot easier than buying it and expecting it to go up or expecting it to go down, or so on or so forth. So basically, the stock can move up or down. I don't really care on it. So if you look at this, again, your chart may not look like this. I have some basic EMA lines on here that I've always used for long-term investing and stuff like that. But this is pretty simple. So if you, for instance, think we're on a 4-hour chart, if you pull it out here to a 1 year, 1 day chart, and it's going, and you think, again, here's what I like to look at is if the stock's going to average 12% a year is what the S&P 500 is supposedly averages 12% a year, then why not go, 7% out? If you can basically sell it a certain percent every single month, and you don't think there's a chance that it's going to hit that price, then why not sell that option back to somebody else and make that profit from it once it goes to zero? Well, you don't even have to let it go to zero, and you're capturing profit. You can buy it back, basically. And that's exactly what I do. So basically right here, I want to pull up my tool. So if I think, and I want to go back to a 4-hour chart because that's what I like to look at. So I think 4-hour chart here, and I'm going to say again, if it's at $465, I don't think we're going to hit $495 within the next month. So that means we're going to push to new highs and then continue to run. So let's say at $495. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to trade, and I'm going to go a month out. Obviously, today's January 15th is when I'm recording this. So I'm going to go out to February 16th. It is a weekly contract. You can, for instance, you can go out to the monthly contract. It's not probably going to have as much volume. So what I'm also going to do is I want to see all of them. You don't have to do this. And you are going to see, and another thing that I want to do is I am looking for contracts to sell that are calls. Now, let's go back to this chart. So a call basically means that you want the contract to go upwards, and you're bullish on it, and a put means that you are bearish on it. Now, why do I sell calls rather than puts? And this is actually a very simple, and it's kind of a philosophy that I've used now for a little while since I was doing research on these strategies, is markets don't crash upwards. It's very, very, very extremely rare. And they slowly, like if you go back and look at the COVID crash, it came tumbling down basically instantly within a week or so. But then it took slowly so many months to grind all the way back up. So the stock can actually go up, and I'm okay with that as long as it doesn't go up to my price. And that's where I'm making my money. So I want to go back here to the trade tab. And again, this is on Thinkorswim, so this is all free. And I'm going to go over here, for instance, what price did I say? To the 490, almost 500 level. I don't think it's got a chance to hit 500 or even 4. Let's go back to the chart. I just kind of want to look. I'm going to say 490. Let's go to 490 here. And you can kind of mess with the dates to kind of figure out where your sweet spot is on these. So I'm going to go 495. Now, the difference here, and again, it's not a huge difference. And you guys can even do this on Robinhood, the app. Say I'm going to get a better spread, and you're doing a spread here. You are doing a credit spread. So there's also a strategy called a covered call, which you can use, but you have to have 100 shares of it. Some of you may have it, some of you may not. So for instance, I don't own 100 shares of S&P 500 anymore. I now do credit spreads. So if I'm basically going to make the difference between the contracts is what I'm looking for. So 485, I think 485 is probably a little close for me. It's up there, but again, we're out a month. So maybe I want to click on and I want to go to the actual monthly. So I'm going to go down here and I'm going to find that. As you can see, they go up to 550. I'm going to go find that 495. Okay, here, and if we actually look at it here, if I go to 490, I'm actually going to get a little bit better of a spread probably here. So I'm going to right click, sell, and I can sell a vertical spread is basically what I'm doing. So as you can see, it's going to pull a contract. Now, I'm going to want the 492, so obviously that's the one I'm doing. And you're going to see I'm going to get a credit here. It says it right here below this 11 cents line. It says I'm going to get a credit of 11 cents, which is basically $11 in this. And I'm not going to do this because, again, I don't need to do that. So what I'm going to do is, again, you're making 11 cents. So as long as in a month's time, or actually on that one, it's a little bit less. It's actually a month exactly. A little less if you did this on a Monday. But a month out, and I'm going to make $11. And realistically, I'm probably going to risk. So if I pull this back up, sell, and again, I want to be a vertical. Make sure you're doing a vertical if you are on Thinkorswim. So, and it usually tells me. So if I hit confirm and send, it's not going to allow me to. Obviously, the market's open. So my max profit here, hold on, it'll tell me. So my break-even stock price, it'll give me all that. My credit is $13, basically. It was actually $11 is where we're at. But, here's one thing. You guys got to remember to do this. This is 100% on me. Sorry, I did not realize that I had it on 10. So they automatically put it on 10. I'm going to change this here. I want to put it to just 1. So now my credit is just going to be $11. So see, now you have here your max profit of $11. Break-even stock price is $490, of course. Your credit's $11. And usually it will tell you that, hey, you need this, blah, 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 blah. It's not telling me. But normally, for that trade, you are only going to risk maybe $200. So, again, if you do that, you're making 5 cents. And, again, some of these, say the market just starts climbing downwards. Well, you don't have to make the whole 11 cents on this. Say the stock comes down to here, because we're around this 465. Say it goes down to 460, and your option fell half of its value already. Or your credit spread's already down to 5 cents out of 11 cents. Well, maybe we take the profit. So we close out that trade. We sell it back to the market if we can get somebody to do it. And we go on ahead and we sell a different contract instantly. And or maybe not instantly, maybe you let the market pop back up a day or so, and you go and you sell more contracts. This is just another way to make passive income. I call it passive because you're really not doing anything. And if market does end up going up, and this is what I like about it, if the market does all of a sudden have another big climb here and takes off, you can always roll those contracts out. Now, I will make another separate video on rolling contracts. It's not a huge deal to me, but it's a way to make sure that you can still make money, because I don't think the market's going to continuously just climb and climb and climb. Now, I will say, when selling premiums, because that's what you are doing, it is a greater possibility, and you're going to get more credit for it if you sell on a green day, if you're selling calls. Now, for same, if you're selling puts because you think the market's going to continue to climb up, and you want to short, or basically you think that the market's bullish and you don't think that it's going to go down at all, you can sell the puts. And if the market's down, though, on the day that you do, you're going to get more premium. That's just how this strategy works, because obviously if the stock goes up, that option's not worth as much, and vice versa. So with that being said, guys, thank you guys all for watching this. I hope this helps somebody out. Again, this is not the strategy that's going to give you another complete source of income, but this is going to allow you to not have a major loss on your capital, which if a stock market crash happens, you can lose a lot of capital if you just have it in regular stocks. This is like another way for me to make dividends without risking the basically capital loss during it, because I can always roll out and I can figure out my way out of that. Now, again, if you have questions when it comes down to that, rolling and things like that, feel free to comment below. Let me know. Again, I can either point you to the right video that explains it perfectly, or I can walk you through personally. So with that being said, again, guys, thank you guys all for stopping in. Please hit that thumbs up video. It helps my channel tremendously. Please leave a comment just saying what your ideas are, or if you have something you want me to go over. It helps my channel tremendously as well. You know, you gotta love that YouTube algorithm. And I will see you guys in the next video.